Welcome to Kevo Media. I am Blessing of him, and with me is.
Moses Obri, the convener of the just concluded OGOJA Fashion Week 2025.
So we are live here to make discussions and deliberation on how well the Ogoja Fashion Week went through, like how it ended, and what the odds to achieve in the next edition. Tell us how the just concluded Fashion Week, Ogoja Fashion Week, went through, and what was it all about?
Thank you very much for the question you just asked. OGOJA Fashion Week first was designed to achieve two things: to showcase the cultural identity of the people in Cross River North, and also to showcase the rich talent in the fashion industry to the global world. So that is the main thing Ogoja Fashion Week was created to achieve. And to the best of my knowledge, we were able to at least, let's say, 70 to 80% success we had.
What would you say inspired you to come up with this Fashion Week?
Goja has come of age in terms of fashion and designing, and the Cross River North as a whole. So, what inspired me is this: that there is a notion out there that if you're in Cross River State and you want to get good fashion, you must have to be either in Calabar or you're ordering your wares from Aba. So the Ogoja Fashion Week idea was about showing the world that the people within Ogoja and the Cross River North as a whole are very talented in terms of making very good clothes for whatever occasion you intend to use it for. So it was just about projecting this creative talent from the Cross River North to the world. So that was where the inspiration. I as a fashion designer, I started from Ogoja. I left 2 years ago, so I know the level of creativity in terms of the fashion industry in Ogoja, which majority of the people who are within Ogoja or outside Ogoja will not have the privilege to know. So putting up the Ogoja Fashion Week was about revealing this talent to the global world.
Okay. So, what was the level of collaboration with stakeholders in order to achieve this event, the success of the event?
Yeah, the collaboration with stakeholders was also not easy because let's say we got like we 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 contacted stakeholders, or I contacted stakeholders to work together to achieve this. But it's not really easy getting stakeholders to come together and function as one, because we're in a creative industry where everybody feels they should have monopoly to some ideas and some thought and how they want to execute it. So it wasn't really easy. But the few of the fashion designers we were able to get, the few of models who were ready to work, a few of makeup artists, at the end of the day, we were still able to put up a very successful show. So it wasn't really easy getting all the stakeholders we initially intend to get. But at the end of the day, we were still able to get few who really saw the dream and vision and were ready to work with us to achieve this dream.
So, do you mean to say the Ogoja Fashion Week is the first edition of its kind, and were you able to achieve that you had in mind for this first edition?
Yes, from the feedback I received is that people were saying stuff like they didn't really believe that this is happening for the first time. How the event turned out to be, it happens like as if maybe this was the fifth or sixth or seventh edition, but whereas this is the first edition. And you see, what was the aim and objective of this whole fashion event? It was simple. First, showcased the rich cultural heritage of the Cross River North, the cultural identity that let everybody knows that the Obudu, the Obanliko, the Bekwara, the Ogoja, and the other, they have their cultural identity. We were able to achieve that. And then secondly, also, we're able to show to the world that there are very creative fashion designers within Ogoja and Cross River North at large. And what about models? They are young models, and it will surprise you to know that some of the models that you saw walk the stage during the just concluded Ogoja Fashion Week. We're walking the runway for the first time. That level of engagement, they were doing that for the first time, and you wouldn't even know that they were doing that for the first time. This to show you that there are true talent that are scattered all over the Cross River North. So without this platform, how would the world have seen that there are talents that exist there? So to me, I would say the aim and objective of this thing is to bring these people together, connect them together, meet themselves. As I speak to you, the models are having a platform where they share their ideas, where they are promoting themselves, even the fashion designer. In fact, one of the participants who participated in the just concluded Godia Fashion Week enrolled with another participant for an upgrade. These were the connectivity we were talking about, and she just rounded up her upgrade because through the Ogoja Fashion Week, they got connected, and today they are collaborating to expand their fashion brands.
So, what were those challenges faced in the course of organizing this platform, and how you overcame them?
Yeah, the challenges were enormous, truly, because there were some stakeholders, or will I say, there were some experts I consulted with for about this event, and is the first thing they asked me is who were my sponsors. So I didn't understand this question until I got started because actually they weren't having any sponsor. We just had someone who was able to raise 1 million naira for we to start so that we can now start and attract other well-meaning sponsors, collaborators, and partners. So it wasn't really easy getting sponsors at the end of the day. It was a very Herculean task because, like I earlier mentioned, this event is happening for the first time in Cross River North. So a lot of businesses, a lot of business owners who could collaborate using this as a way of giving back to the society as the corporate social responsibility were not even aware of such an event. So it wasn't easy getting them to finance this project. So it was difficult, but at the end of the day, few individuals came through for us and were able to stage a successful event.
What measures did you put in place to ensure that participants gain value in their investment and in light of some concern raised?
Okay, so basically, we put out a price value for the fashion designer who will emerge as the overall best for the night. And the price value we announced publicly is on my personal handle, Moses Ogri, and the official Ogoja Fashion Week page. You can find the information, and that information was posted on July 23rd. And in that very information, we announced that for the overall best fashion designer for the night will win prizes worth of 1 million naira. Prizes worth of 1 million naira. End quote. So this for we is to put it as a contest out there so that whoever emerges now go home with it. So that's for us was the value we are putting for participants who will be coming up to participate in the just concluded Ogodia Fashion Week. And we also note that most of these participants will be spending money to produce their collections. So ordinarily, there was supposed to be a registration fee for each of the participants for the Ogoja Fashion Week. So having considered that they will be spending money to produce their collection, we decided to waive the registration fee of this participant. So we didn't collect any form of money for them as registration. And don't forget that we also have models who are going to showcase this collection. So what we now decided is that how do we take care of these models? How do we accommodate, feed them, take care of their transportation? So we come up with an idea that, okay, we can seek for support from family and friends so that we'll be able to raise funds in order to take care of these models in terms of their accommodation, their feeding, and even their transportation. So that was how we were able to do. So we taxed the fashion designers and the model, and some of them actually put out and seek for support from their family and friends, and were able to realize some amount of money that we, at the end of the day, we were able to use it to cater for the welfare of the models who participated. So for the models, we also put a price tag for them initially, but a concern was raised that no, that there's no way you can models can come and showcase different collection, and at the end of the day you pick one person to emerge as the winner. So the models decided and agreed that they don't want any particular person to emerge as a winner, so all of them should be cared for equally. So at the end of the day, after the event, we were able to share and transportation. Like I said, for those who came from far, we refunded their transportation. So we spent money ranging into more than 400,000 naira in cash to take care of the models, transportation, and so on and that. So about the makeup artist too, which has been a concern, a lingering concern currently now. Initially, we said the best makeup artist will go home with 500,000 worth of prizes. But as the event unfolds, we realize that this is a fashion week. It is a contest for the fashion designers, not for the makeup artist or for the model. So we decided that just the same way we have handled the issue for the models, where we distributed their we distributed what we have for them equally to all of them. So the same way we are going to handle that of the makeup artists, we're also going to ensure that all the makeup artists who participated on that day, we're going to make sure we compensate all of them as well, using the same template we use for the models. And the main reason why we are doing this, don't forget that this is the first edition. So we want to set a, a template that going forward, this is what we'll be doing. That this fashion week is purely for the fashion designers. So whatever for the models, for the makeup artists, they are the backup. They are the backup. Will I say? They are the backup talents to the makeup to the fashion designer. So those ones will be settled at the end of the day, just the same way we are going about it now. So the contest is purely for the fashion designers, and it is the fashion designers that we are giving our price tag. The more fundings we are going to get in subsequent edition, this can help to cushion the effect of every participant, every fashion designer who participates in the event. There will be a form of, let's say maybe you expended like 100,000 naira in putting up your collection. At least at the end of the day, there should be like 20 or 30,000 naira refund back to you. This is to say thank you for participating, and we are saying please use this to cushion the effect of the cost you have already incurred for subsidy. But the designer with the overall best collection will always go home with the main price item that will always and anytime be announced, will be made public. So I feel that in this last concluded edition, some persons were ignorant in terms of maybe reading through the lines. They didn't see it. Like I said, it was there on the media that the price item for the fashion designers category for the winner who emerged will be going home with prizes worth of 1 million naira. Nobody said that participants or winners or those who will be awarded at the end of the day is just a single person. So I think that's where the misconception generated all about, when some of the participants felt aggrieved that they were entitled to some money, they were entitled to some item. Nobody promised that. Like I said, it's there for them to read. Go back to my handle, like I said, Moses Ogri, and the post was made on the July 23rd. Go to the official handle of the OGOJA Fashion Week page. You'll see that the post also was made on the 23rd of July. So go there and see it. It's there. So you can verify, you can fact check.
Okay, sir. For the first edition of the OGOJA Fashion Week, will you say you got sponsors and partnership from prospective partners, or you intend to seek for sponsors and collaboration for prospective partners, stakeholders for the next edition? Like, tell us more.
Yeah, truly, sponsorship was very poor in the first edition. I think that again added to the fact I mentioned earlier that during my consultation, I consulted with all the five local government. I met with their respective chairmen. I think the only local government I wasn't opportune to meet the chairman was that of Obanliko. So, but like I say, we consulted them to partner with us because we are trying to promote and project Cross River North as a whole. So we didn't get any response from any of the local government, the five local government from the Cross River North. We wrote over 50 to 70 letters for sponsorship and partners. We didn't get any response. The response was zero. So, shout out to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Right Honorable Peter Ode, PhD, who supported this event with the sum of 1 million naira. It was really a huge donation from him, and it really helped us to plan the event to the success the event recorded. And also to my brother and friend, Atem Udejo, aka Master P, the CEO of Datol Realty Services Limited, who also made it a financial contribution of 1 million naira, whom we refer to as the official sponsor for the OGOJA Fashion Week. So, and again, Honorable Godwin Ofiono, who sent us 300,000 right on the day of the grand finale. So, also, J Money, Christopher Oga, shout out to you also, who also sent us 300,000 naira support. So we're able to get this support not from even those we considered earlier to be our partners or those we considered to give us the maximum support that we expected. So we're able to get this support from angles we never expected that we are going to get support. So the partnership collaboration was very poor. And like I said, I could understand that people were not even aware of what we wanted to stage, because a fashion week has never been staged in the soil of the Cross River North. So it was happening for the first time. So it was strange to them. So we're doing something new for the first time. So it was difficult for people to connect. So by so doing, we didn't get the level of support and partnership we were able to get. In fact, even MTN, who were present on the day, they weren't our sponsors or partners. They were just there. We invited MTN to come so that to add color to the event, so that MTN can, so that people who will be attending the event can also maybe gain access to some of the services MTN is going to render on the day, like giving out some free SIMs registration, giving out some free bills like hand fan and some stuffs like that. MTN did that on the day, so that was the level of will I say collaboration we had with MTN. It has nothing to do with financial contribution. MTN didn't give us a dime. So, like I said, we didn't get the level of support we have. We expended over close to 5 million naira putting up this event. And at the end of the day, what we got, from our sponsors, the support, and the rest. We were able to amass like 3 point something million naira from sponsors and support. So we even had a budget deficit, which at the end of the day, I made it up from my personal account to in order for us to have a successful event. So we are looking forward to that. The next edition, we are going to engage partners on time, because the last edition we didn't have the time to engage partners. So in this in any subsequent edition, we are going to engage partners on time and ensure that we get sponsorship deals from them, so that we will be able to stage a more successful fashion event, different from what we have just done with the first edition.
Will you say you learned from you just concluded OGOJA Fashion Week?
Yeah, I think the lesson learned from the just concluded Goja Fashion Week is this, that for such an event, there really needs to be adequate funding. There really needs to be great team members. I mean, people who are willing and ready to sacrifice beyond just what they stand to gain. They should be willing, and they should take the project to heart and see it as theirs, even if they are not the one who originates the idea. But they should see it as theirs, and they should be ready to work selflessly in order to achieve it. So me, that is the lesson that I learned. Financing, get selfless team members who will be ready to work and achieve great success at the end of the day.
So, what's your take on fashion and designing, particularly in Obuja, Cross River, and Nigeria?
You see, my take is that fashion has really evolved, mostly in Ogoja. Like I said, I left 2 years ago. So from when I left to now, I've seen tremendous difference. You see, in this just concluded Ogoja Fashion Week, the best overall, the designer who won the best overall collection is even residing in Ogoja. So you can see how fashion has really improved, how fashion has grown within the Ogoja and Cross River North as per se. So in Cross River State, I would say fashion is growing as well. Fashion is making tremendous stride, but truly more needs to be done. The government really needs to pay attention. To really revamp the fashion industry in Cross River State, because when you compare Cross River State with other very established states as Cross River, you understand that we are really not there yet. We are still far behind them. Compared Cross River to Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, even Uyo, yeah, who are our neighbors, Cross River is really not at that level. So the government really needs to do more in terms of supporting the fashion designers, the creative in the industry, so that they can compete favorably with their counterpart. In Nigeria as a whole, you can see that fashion has taken a different direction. You can see what Woody and Taylor is doing. Woody just opened his new, what do they say, his new showroom, and you may mistaken the showroom for a manufacturing industry. That's to tell you how fashion is growing. In Lagos, you have the Yomi Casual doing their exploit, and elsewhere you have great fashion designers. So fashion has really turned to show that it can contribute heavily in growing the economy of a country. So fashion has really evolved and is doing tremendously well globally.
Okay, from your points, you mentioned that you're a designer. What's your word for upcoming designers?
Yeah, my advice is that, you know, fashion or tailoring is not all about making money. First of all, it's about making people look in an extraordinary way. So if you have it in mind that your your passion is to transform people, I think in a long run the profit or the gain will come. But if you're coming into fashion with just the mindset of, I want to make money, I want to become a millionaire, I want to be out there, I want people to see me, I want to wear clothes. Trust me, you're going to fail with that, because you are assuming what should come last. You're assuming it to come first, and it doesn't work that way. So you must put in the work, you must be dedicated to your craft, because the ones we are celebrating today, the Voody, the Yomi Casual, and the rest that we're celebrating, the Vicky James of the world we are celebrating today, trust me, they have all put in the work. We are not just celebrating them because they emerged yesterday. They have put in the work, and today their glory is being seen everywhere. So you too, who wants to excel and do well in fashion design, trust me, you must put in the work, and a day will come that your glory also will be everywhere. And trust me, people won't fail to celebrate you. So you must remain steadfast as a fashion designer.
It truly was an amazing session with Mr. Moses Ogre, the convener for the OGOJA Fashion Week. And trust me, with all of this you've gotten, the idea shared, the opinion, you will love to join us for the next edition. As he has said, he's looking forward for the next edition. Thank you so much.